Welcome to our tub. Come on in. It's warm inside, and there's always room for more.
This podcast contains adult material and is intended for mature audiences only. If you're under 18, grab your rubber ducky and find another tub. This one's not for you.
Hello and welcome back in the tub for episode 173. I'm Mr. Berg.
And I'm Mrs. Berg.
And on this week's episode, we're going to have a conversation between the two of us. In the first half, maybe through the second half. And what's that conversation going to be? Well, you'll just have to stay tuned. But it is, we think it's important conversations. It's really something that, it's fully lifestyle based. Whether you're just starting out, you've been in for a while, you're getting back in. So we're going to have some discussions about things and really on, next steps. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. All right. Well, here we are, episode 173. After that intro, Mrs. is looking at me like, what the fuck are you talking about? What did I miss? What's going on?
Y'all are going to find out what this discussion is going to be along with me.
and
yes, I said y'all, not yins.
Yeah. Well, and it's a conversation that and discussion that has never been had. It's been had before, on numerous occasions, and from our standpoint and where we're headed to, we'll just be honest. It's been a long last 5 to 6 years. Mm-hmm. Numerous medical things. Mrs. 3 major operations and surgeries in the last 5 years.
Yes.
Now myself, still on the mend. Stitches come out tomorrow. Still only got one arm, but, making do, figuring it out. And life in general. So what does that mean? Lifestyle hasn't been a thing. Really. Because life's taken over.
Right.
Things out of our control.
Mm-hmm. Right. Even though we've gone to conventions and
conventions isn't lifestyle. Conventions, they're sexually charged. That's not lifestyle.
Right.
Where I'm going is, last episode we discussed. Mm-hmm. We are headed to the X Club in 2 weeks. Less than 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. Week and a half. So that and getting back into the swing of things, that might be that might be too deep, but getting back to it. And what do those conversations and thoughts between the two of us look like? And it's not even between the two of us. It's between anyone that's within the lifestyle, that's thinking about the lifestyle or doing it. Again, as I said, whether you're just starting, you're in it, you're getting back to it after a while. What does getting back out into the club, getting out into the scene, the planning conversations, the outfit conversations, the who's, what's, whys, and how to proceed to get on the same page. Mm-hmm. So, I think that is conversations that need to be had. And, from listener standpoint, I mean, what better way to hear than, well, we got to have that conversation. So maybe we're thinking about something, and we're going to have a conversation and the questions and things between the two of us that maybe listeners have never thought of.
Right.
So I think really that is the meat of what we got to talk about. I just said meat.
You did just say meat.
Mm-hmm. That'll be part of the conversation. I mean, of course, but and again, I mean, from your take, are you going? You're out of your fucking mind? Are you going? You just dropped this fucking bomb on me? I don't know what I'm thinking.
A little bit of both.
Because and I mean, there's no lie. We discussed it. And when it was time to do, yes, you were still a little apprehensive.
Yes.
I could tell.
Well, in
20-some years, I kind of got that.
28 to be exact.
Yes.
I actually had that conversation with someone today.
Yeah. and again, I mean, through everything you've been through in the last few years and, comfortable about you and who you are and...
Which is still a work in progress.
Yeah.
Very much.
I mean, myself too.
No, there's some things that I have talked to girlfriends about, but haven't really talked to you about because it has to do with one of my surgeries and how things are a little bit different.
Well, and that's fair. And again, I mean, you had 2 of those major surgeries had effects on your body.
Right.
Right. The thyroid, that affected your body majorly.
Yes.
Not majorly, in ways that you see very major.
Yes.
And then the most recent surgery, again, I mean, that is, that's...
I had a hysterectomy, folks.
Yes. I mean, and that's, I mean, where I was going is, I mean, that is, you hate to say that's a normal female process.
It can be.
But yeah.
And for more people than we realize, I think. More women than we realize. And I'm sure that there's more of those women in the lifestyle than would have.
That's... It's not a conversation you bring up as you're chatting up somebody. Be like, hey, so did they take your insides out? Oh, cool. Yeah, your baby factory gone? Cool, man. That's awesome. But again, that affects a lot of things.
Right. I mean, specifically, one of the things that I have talked to one friend in particular about is the fact of, we don't use condoms. Mm-mm. And beforehand, I had a little bit of issues at times with lubrication with condoms. And, the hysterectomy can have more of an effect on the body's normal process of lubricating things. Moisture, correct.
And that's not I mean, no, I do get it. That's not really, something that we ever kind of discussed in play situations or carried lube. But a lot of damn people do.
Right. And that's, that was something that, is that something we now need to do? And, what do other people use?
Yeah. And that turns into, I think, from our standpoint, that's a conversation piece as you're having, as you're talking to someone and it's getting to that point of, well, hey, there could be a chance of play here. And, you always go through and you talk about the rules and the boundaries, whatever it is. And that's not it's not a negative thing. I can, from a guy's standpoint, I understand it. I can see where, that could change. Some guys are like, oh, I don't need that. I'll get you. No. It's not about that. It's not about you and your performance. It's just a natural thing. Whatever.
Right. And, also nerves affect those kinds of things.
Yeah. And again, getting back into it is,
Right.
after a little while is a whole nother step, is a whole nother,
Right.
They say it's like it's like riding a bike, but at the same time, it's it's not. It's still that first of all right. Hey, we're getting back out of the box.
Right.
So there are going to be nerves for everyone. And again, we're going to the X Club. We're going to be there for 2 nights. We're going to 2 parties. Even back in the day when we were at parties and clubs regularly. We never went into any of them planning on playing.
No.
So we're going, but are either one of us saying, "All right, we're going to go and we're just going to frickin' bang for all weekend long"? No. Whatever happens, but the conversation now leading up to that has to happen.
Right.
Prior to going there, so we're all on the same page.
Right. And that would be one of the things that goes into a go bag or play bag or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, everybody has
that we
different.
Didn't necessarily think about before.
Yeah. It was not a common thing. Honestly, lube wasn't a common thing for us in general in a lot of play. Even the majority of toys that we have.
No, the majority of the bad dragon ones.
Bad dragon ones need a lot of lube. But, other toys, things like that, there wasn't that lack of moisture concern.
Right.
When it was the 2 of us with toys.
Right.
So, again, lube, to sit here and be like, oh, yeah, we got our favorite lube. The fuck we do. We have like 5 or 6 different lubes floating around that we've tested and not really said, oh shit, yeah, this is it. Mm-hmm. It's just what it is because we haven't used them all that much.
Right.
But again, so that right there, there's part of that conversation. What I mentioned outfits. All right. Well, we got to start talking about outfits. Well, Mrs. is like, I'm like, here's what they are. And I know you're not going to think about this spot or this type, but what about this? What about that? So that all comes into planning too. Mm-hmm. And, what is everybody comfortable with from what are you wearing?
Right.
Well, again, it's been quite a few years. Red, white, and blue one night. Booty shorts and pasties a second night. Mm-hmm. I could rock me some fucking pasties and booty shorts. I could be like that one crazy guy, that crazy West Virginia guy on YouTube, getting little Daisy Dukes going.
Oh,
I don't know his
Ginger
name,
guy.
but
Ginger
whoever.
Yeah.
So
that's quite all right.
Okay.
Let's leave the Daisy Dukes and booty shorts to the ladies, please.
Okay. Hey, we're going to Canada. They don't necessarily know no better.
Pasties, well, that's up to you.
Yeah. So, but again, that is a whole nother thing. It's as we have said. You're looking at outfits and to getting back into it and getting to a club. We're going to a club we don't know anyone. Right. Yes, we know Cheetah and Angel. Mm-hmm. On Friday night, he's DJing, and she's going to be hanging out. So, we'll have someone. Mm-hmm. I will say that we did kind of put out on social media. And I did put a post out. We were admitted onto a private page on the Facebook for the X Club. And I put a post out that we were coming. There was a lot of response. Hey, that's great. I'm sure you'll love the club. We're there on Friday. We're there on Saturday. Please stop and say hi. We'll look for you. So there was a lot of, and I think the one thing that we've heard from people that have been there, it is very friendly.
Respectfully friendly?
Yes. Canada is a different mindset when it comes to sexuality and expression and acceptance. And really, that's kind of what I got from that post.
Yeah.
So it's good in that aspect that, everybody, people we've never met have already been, reached out. Shit, including the owner.
Right.
That I think kind of makes you feel good in a way, because you want to be comfortable as you're going. Yeah, there's going to be a little bit of nerves, whatever. Hey, it's a whole new location, group of people, spot. We're out of the fucking country. Holy Christ! I may have to change cologne. Maybe I just grab some of the fresh maple syrup from the office, and I could just little dabadoo maple syrup. Maybe that'll help me out. Hey, because I'm sure not going to be. I'm sure not going to be drinking like Canadian Club or anything like that. I ain't crossing that Canadian whiskey line, but
that sounds sticky.
So I think we've already kind of just in this 10 minutes. Two important things. We talk about the adding something else to a play bag as the in case.
Right.
But that's something, again, that is important. Outfits and your dress and your attire. Yeah, you want to go in and be sexy and feel good, but you have to be comfortable and confident and feel good as well. It's we got to start doing a little shopping. Running out of time.
Which has been a struggle for me for a while.
Yeah, but that and again that's part of that thyroid surgery and part of just some of yourself and what you have been working through. But it's natural. It's up and down. I kind of on the flip side for me, and that. Unfortunately, I got hurt 2 weeks ago. Prior to that, I finally got back to the gym. Between March and now, I've lost over 25 pounds.
Right.
That was a me thing. No time for myself. No time to worry about myself. I ate like shit. I drank a ton of frickin' beer every night after the restaurant. And I ate garbage. I'm in the food business, but I ate garbage. I ate fast food for lunch. I get to the restaurant and I'm eating freaking fried potatoes or fried garbage that was quick to just put something in my freaking stomach.
Yeah.
And I'm not doing anything.
But that's what I've noticed too. Like you have also gotten to the point where it's like, you know what? I'm going to the gym before I go in there. If it means that I get there an hour later than I would have, which is a big thing you needed to do.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah. And I think it was getting back. We were at a friend's daughter's wedding over the weekend, and the father of the bride is the guy that 7 years ago on my 40th birthday, I ran my first half marathon with. Me and him started running back then. I said, hey, this is what I'm going to do. He said, you're out of your freaking mind. 2 days before, he was like, when are we doing it? And we ran numerous half marathons and just ran constantly. And talking to him this weekend, he's like, well, man, why didn't you let me know you're running? He's like, "You're running again? Let's go." I run every day. And literally, he lives 2 miles away. So,
Right.
but it was something that I kind of had to do and kind of get over. And yeah, I mean, now I'm putting on a pair of pants and I'm trying to hold them up. I'm going
and trying to do so with one hand.
Yeah. Yeah, belt's loose and pants are loose. And I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm back. Literally at this point this morning, I got on the scale. And again, I haven't really been able to do much since surgery. And I was 9 pounds from what I ran the last Pittsburgh Marathon at 6 years ago. 9 pounds from my running weight. Okay, I'll take it. And I dropped 25 already. So that I
could have passed the 25 over here.
Yeah. and so I get that, and you figure out, all right, what am I going to wear? What am I going to do? For me, I'm like
right. It's a lot easier for the guys because quite honestly, I mean,
we ain't the eye candy.
But no, but honestly, unless you're just like a hobo. Yeah,
a nice pair of pants, a button-down shirt, you're fine. Yeah.
Right, but nobody's entirely paying attention to what you're wearing.
No, you're absolutely right. Yeah. Yeah, so it does that. I'm not going to lie about it. You're right. That's what turns heads.
And for me, the struggle is, I mean, and really kind of always has been, is like, that like comfortable line with like how much I'm showing.
Okay. Yeah.
But that's kind of always been a factor, and
Yeah.
I honestly,
you got better over the years. I will say you changed over the years, and then
to be quite honest, and I don't think I've ever said this to you. There were a couple of experiences. Sure, I shouldn't say instances where guys took it upon themselves to get a little handsy.
Oh, at clubs?
Yes.
Oh, yes. I mean, and I was aware of quite a few, and
right.
It's
But
one of those.
For me, it was a like,
sure.
I'm going to cover a little bit more because,
the uncomfortable. You don't want to. Yeah.
Right. I want to look sexy, but not
easy.
Feel like a piece of meat.
Sure. Yeah. No, and it's the respect factor, and we've talked about that over the episodes, and the single guys that think that they're God's gift to women and they can do what they want to do when they want to do it, and unfortunately, well, you just heard it. That shit makes people uncomfortable, and it changes their behaviors, which shouldn't be the fucking case. But unfortunately, there's some fucking douchebags out there. So again, it's, all right, we got an idea.
That's one thing that right from the get-go, when you were telling me what the themes were for the 2 nights, and
the booty shorts and pasties.
You even said it to me before I even had a chance to say anything, and you were like, "I know you're not feeling the pasties," and I'm like,
"No,
I'll do a bikini top." But that is the extent of what I am personally comfortable showing.
Sure, and there's absolutely there's nothing wrong with that.
I mean, I've never really been 100% sexually comfortable.
Yeah,
is that the right garbage?
No, it is. And
I've never really been one of those women who was like, let me just throw it out there. Like, I don't have any desire to be completely or close to completely nude.
And again, and that's
just not me.
And again, and that goes to kind of another conversation we've had about upcoming trip at the end of the month, where I had said, look, we're going to be in Miami. We got a couple extra days. Let's look at Secrets. Let's look at Caliente. Let's look at something like that, which is clothing optional resorts.
I'm fine with the optional part because I can, I'll figure it out.
Yeah. But
I'm comfortable.
Yeah, but again, I see that, and I know that is just not you. So,
and it goes. I mean, it goes back to pretty much always being pretty uncomfortable in my body.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, again, that is. We've kind of now had the discussion. We know what. We know kind of clothing and have an idea. So now it's time to get that figured out. Everything else, as we kind of move down through this, all right, well, what are we? We're going to hang out. We're going to have a couple drinks. We're going to check out the club. What does everything else look like? And that, I think, just is going with the flow.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of always the way we have been, but this is gonna be a little bit different. Again, we never have been. Hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you. You're hot. Let's hop into bed and play. Is that something that it's happened in the past. But
rare.
Yes, on very, very rare occasions. We could probably count that on one hand.
Couple fingers, probably.
I was going to say, and still have a few fingers folded down.
Yeah, not even a whole hand.
Yeah. But again, this is.
And, that's just never been who we are. There are couples out there that are like that.
Yeah, and again, everyone is different in kind of how they approach it. But we like to have that kind of relationship and a click that we can have a conversation with your upper lips before we have conversations with your lower lips. Right? I mean,
and so everybody perceives the relationship word differently.
Sure.
I mean,
well, and so as you bring that up,
we want a connection more than just sexually.
Yeah. So let's take a short break.
Yep.
We'll come back for the second half.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll dig more into.
Did I open a can?
The
of
relationship. No, as you came out to that, I was like, all right, let's cut to a break. But you kind of dropped that. So, but that's I knew that's where we were going. So. We're going to take a short break here, and when we come back, we're going to continue this conversation and really, I guess, get our plan for the X Club.
This episode is brought to you by Cassidy.com. Have you ever wished there was an all-encompassing way to find sexy, like-minded people in your area? Well, Cassidy has hit that on the head. The Cassidy platform brings the best of sexy social media, profile searches, rendezvous, party calendars, and travel all into one. Find and make new friends, share your naughtiest of pictures with select friends in your Backstage Pass, and plan your next naughty encounter all at once. Follow the Cassidy link in our tub to try it out free for 30 days. When you join, you'll be added to our community to get some early sneak peeks. You'll also be first to know where you may find us out and about.
All right. We are back for... Oh, come on.
You and those stupid buttons.
Yeah. Woo! We're back. Second half of this week's episode.
I could have just clapped for you,
Yeah.
a little golf clap. Anywho.
So going back to where we were prior to the break, and as we had said, hey, we discussed two really important things as you're either getting in, or you've been in, or you're getting back in to the swing of things. As we are here in
Literally and figuratively.
Yeah, in the next week and a half. And yes, the first part of the conversation, Mrs. has asked questions to me regarding that since this last surgery. If I noticed anything different or other things like that. And in a few instances, she's like, hey, there's a bottle of lube there. I'm like, oh, okay. We talked about clothing. Again, I think from anyone that's going to any type of event, that's always got to be a conversation. Even though I know you and kind of where it's not even boundaries, it's your comfort levels are.
Right.
From that.
And the fact that, I've never been a warm-blooded person. But
there's always a hoodie or a sweater.
But specifically after my thyroid surgery, the threshold of where the temperature is outside that I'm cold has dropped 10 degrees.
Yeah. Yeah. So that does kind of go into effect. I mean, when you get into a club, you never know what it's going to be like.
Right.
And it's like, okay, well, get out on the dance floor and dance just so you warm up or something. Like, how do you control that? And you don't want to go to a club with, hey, I got my fleece blanket with me and I'm going to hang out in the VIP booth with a fleece blanket. But, so again, that goes into knowing your environment, knowing where you're going, and being comfortable with that. So as we got into the next part of the conversation of, all right, we're going to this club. We got the go bag. We got our outfits on. What are the boundaries? I don't know if boundaries are right. I guess, what are the expectations, as we said? We never do have any. All right.
Other than to meet new people?
And have a good time.
Right.
Yeah, that's it. And enjoy the night.
Not get too drunk so that in case something does lead that way, things work.
Yeah, exactly. And but then again, I mean, that's, as a guy, you learn to figure that out and know that, hopefully. But as we had said, we've never really been that, hi, how you doing? Let's get naked. We have met couples that literally were that way and they were attractive, but we just didn't have that. We're like, nah, we're cool. Thanks. Appreciate it. And 2 times later, we did hook up. So, that is just one comfort level.
Right. Right. And then there was another who was hot to trot, and that never went anywhere for various reasons. But one, I mean, for me that was a turnoff.
Yeah.
To be pursued like that.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, it in this, it's almost back to dating and, the excitement of the hunt may not be the best terminology, the best wording, but but I mean, again,
that situation, right?
Yeah, I mean, but at the end of the day,
being on the prey side was not exciting.
But the thing is, go back to high school, college days. It was
right.
That's what it was, and so that that's where we are. But we've always been ones that we want to be able to have a conversation. Carry on a conversation. and play,
right.
and then be able to carry on a good conversation afterwards too. Not so much as college age, hit it and forget it.
Right.
And really, I think over the time in the lifestyle, other than our first, I don't think there's ever been any of those. We had one other that was like, all right, it was okay, and yeah, we're not going to do it again. We probably had more than one.
Right. Yeah.
But oh yeah, we did. Now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, there was a few of those. But again, it is having that kind of connection on a mental standpoint as well as that physical. We've always been that way.
The whole point is for it not to be awkward afterwards.
And that's fair. When you're
Like
done, you
that
put on your
whole-
pants and walk away, and then you pass by them later on at night in the bar at the club, and it's just like, and you just kind of look the other way.
Or even like awkwardness in that whole process of getting yourselves back together. Like,
Yeah, everybody. Yeah, like you're like the walk of shame.
Right. Right.
And again, so that is as we're going to a club. Do we have that thought that hey, we're gonna? No, I mean, maybe it'll happen, but time will tell.
Right. We've developed more friendships in the lifestyle that never went any farther than that.
Yeah, we have quite a few lifestyle friends that we have the mutual understanding that what, we're great friends, but we don't necessarily click in the bedroom.
Right.
And we mutually don't feel that sexual chemistry. It
Right.
transfers to the bedroom.
Right.
And that's cool. Awesome.
Right, because that's also a factor in determining where things go for the night.
Yeah.
If any play happens. And
if we can't have a good conversation over a drink.
no, but even but speaking to the chemistry and on both parts. Because, and I've said this to you before, especially as a bisexual woman in the lifestyle, is helpful if both parties in the couple are attractive to me.
Yeah. In both ways.
You only have to be attracted to her for things.
Well, and not totally.
Not right.
Because, from my standpoint as well, I'm like, yeah, he ain't that, like, he ain't doing it for me thinking about him banging you.
Well, right.
Like,
right.
I see that as well, and I'm just like,
okay, that does.
I don't know that I want to see him with his wiener in you. Nah, sorry.
And I admit, I never thought about it that way.
Yeah. And that's just, I mean, there is some of that to me where I'm just like, yeah, no, that ain't, no,
Mm-hmm. But if, even if I think she's gorgeous, but I'm not entirely feeling it for him,
then it's a no. Yeah. Then it's just like, yeah, hey, cool. You guys are fun to talk with, but, yep, we're going to talk for a while and kind of
that's
say, hey, it's been cool. See you later. And we're going to move on, and we'll, maybe we'll run into you later on for another drink.
And that's not to say that, like, every woman in a couple that we're going to possibly play with has to also be bisexual.
Mm-hmm.
It's an added perk for me.
Yeah.
But it's not a deal breaker.
No, but it definitely, it helps a lot. And again, from the standpoint of, that the bisexual side you look for, and there's nothing wrong with that. That is, we've not walked away from the opportunity with a couple because she was straight.
Right. I just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah, you're right in that. And again, that goes for, even singles. Now, we are not very, you better be damn freaking you better be damn good as far as a single guy. Like, that's just not something that is our typical go-to, and that really is never a first time. I mean, our single guy experiences have all been long-term friends that we've known for multiple years.
Right.
So, that's a big one.
Even in that regard, there still needs to be that, we can all have a comfortable conversation. The respect that it's not just, it is about me, but it's not just about me.
Yeah.
And for me, it's not all about looks.
Yeah.
You can be, look like a Greek god and be a jackass.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's definitely a lot of that. Personality
trumps.
Personality goes a lot farther than it's above looks in the scale when it comes down to it. If you look good and attractive, but you can't have a conversation, it's not going to happen. So
I'd rather have a dad bod than a meathead. Sorry.
Yeah, no, and you said that before. You are not. You're not about the gym guys.
On the rare occasion, if we found it both in the same person.
Yeah.
So. But.
And again, so as we go, we kind of have what we have just done in this 40-some minute conversation.
I think that way went more than you expected.
And it did. And in a way,
I think it flowed more than you expected.
I was going up. There's going to be a lot of dead air. I'm going to have to do a lot of editing.
Surprise!
But at the same time, that is why I didn't say anything and kind of just sprung it. So you didn't have time to think.
You saw the look that you got.
Yeah, and
still.
Yeah, and again, just knowing you, if I would have said something before we started recording, if I would have said something this morning before we left for work, you would have been thinking about it all day, and you would have gotten yourself so spun around and frazzled, I think, that it would have been a little bit more of a struggle to have the conversation, because these are ones that need popped on you. You can't think about beforehand.
Honestly, parts of this were things that I had thought about and wasn't really sure how to bring up, because even as long as we've been together, sometimes it's a little weird to just
but again, and I think for the listeners,
and that's why
as you just said, it's a little weird to bring it up. Now, it shouldn't be. It's like these conversations it's about that communication and making sure everybody's on the same page. So when you walk in that door, everybody's comfortable.
Right. But at the same time, for me, I mentioned that I had talked to a friend, a lifestyle female friend.
Okay.
Beforehand.
I don't know who that is, but I mean, I know we have lifestyle.
It's also someone who...
It's a lady thing.
...has had the same,
Okay.
Kind of because she would get it.
And there are things as well that that talking to someone else that's been there, done that, and experienced it, it's easier to have that conversation and try to be able to say, okay, so where do you stand? What has happened for you? What have you done?
Right.
As compared to somebody that,
it was also
a friend that isn't lifestyle and may have had it.
So when we talk about the friendships we've made, that's right. There's only certain of our vanilla friends that I would have
I can think of one.
that I would have been comfortable having that conversation with.
Yep. I can think of one off the top of my head,
But
and that's
that one also
Has not-
hasn't experienced.
it. Hasn't been through that.
You know, that is the beauty of being in the lifestyle and developing these friendships that may not go anywhere else, but having someone like-minded, open-minded,
That's been there and
you're
understands.
comfortable, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I just randomly sent her a text message and was like, hey.
Yeah. And again, yeah, you're right. It is that it's someone that you know that is, again, like you said, like-minded, open-minded enough to be like, hey, you know, kind of having this after this, and here's, yeah. So, yeah, why, like, you have that ability to have that conversation.
Right. And, you know, we've spent,
and there's no judgment.
No, and we've spent a lot of time at Exoticas just shooting the shit about a bunch of random stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That it was like, okay, I can just,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, exactly. And again, yeah, those are, you know, some of the friendships, you know, and the bonds, they last well outside of lifestyle, and they transfer farther out. That's that is kind of another one of the great things about the lifestyle, and just the people that are open-minded, and we all get everybody. We all get each other.
Right. There's absolutely no judgment.
No. Yeah. Zero fucks given. Hey, yeah, we're in the same boat. We do the same stuff. Yeah, it's all good. We're just having fun living life.
Right.
So, again, that is having this conversation. It's these, you know, laying the groundwork and making sure everyone is on the same page before you hop into that. You know, again, this club, yeah, they have a full dungeon. They have an area, I mean, from what I understand, playrooms and things like that. It is essentially nude or a towel. You know, it's a different atmosphere for us. And again, it's getting back into something that we enjoyed, but, you know, life and everything else just kind of stopped that for a while. And, you know, to be really just blunt and open, that's exactly what it was.
Right.
Nothing more than that. It was just like a holy fuck.
Yeah,
We're scrambling.
Literally, the last time we were in a club was...
It was right after the pandemic. We went to a club here.
It was right at the It was right at the start.
Was it right at the start? I thought it was right after everything closed. Right after everything reopened.
Right.
I think it was right after everything reopened. We went on like a Saturday night, maybe. Or no, it was a Friday. So it was before the pandemic, because during the pandemic, they closed down and they haven't reopened on Fridays. They're only open Saturday nights now.
Okay.
So it was literally,
right.
just before that. So yeah, it really has been a while, and that was just a whim. Let's go out. I'm like, I'm not working tonight. I got the night off. Let's go, and we went to the club,
Right.
because we hadn't been to that one in a while. So, but again, this came up, and you know, hey, we're gonna go to Canada. We're gonna go to the X Club. We're gonna have a fucking good time for the weekend. We're going to hang out with Cheetah and Angel. We're going to make some new friends and see where it goes. You never know. And then again, as we said, I mean, it's a pretty busy freaking month. Literally, we have this coming weekend with nothing. And then we are busy every weekend and traveling and doing shit until July. Literally at this point, the next weekend off is the weekend after the 4th of July.
Right.
because next weekend we're at the X Club. I got a catering event the following weekend for a friend's graduation party. First pig of the year is going into the box.
Which you're going to need assistance with.
Yeah. And then literally the Thursday after that, we leave for Miami.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's a crazy month, but we're going to have a good time. And again, we kind of threw it out there. I kind of threw it out there earlier. I mean, we may, after Exotica, find ourselves going and checking out Secrets for a couple days. It's not far away. It looks reasonably priced. It looks like a cool spot. We've definitely we've had a lot of people say great things about it. It's going to be during the week, so it's definitely not going to be a party atmosphere and crazy because it's a Monday, Tuesday, leaving Wednesday. But, we may find ourselves there. Don't know. Time will tell.
Still undecided.
So,
TBD.
But with that, I think...
Sorry for the sniffles. Allergies are flaring up.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I think with that, we're going to wrap this episode up. Are working on a couple interviews. So, again, as it gets crazy and busy, we'll definitely have a follow-up episode for the X Club. Got... and then... Again, we got the follow-up X Club, and then pretty much we will be in Miami. So we'll see what comes out of Exotica Miami for those 3 days that we're down there.
Mm-hmm.
So, well,
we're wrapping it up.
I guess we're wrapping it up. Don't forget to follow us on our social medias. Berg Couple for Fun on Twitter and Instagram. The Bergs on Facebook and Reddit. OnlyFans
Yeah.
what's the OnlyFans? There's two of them.
There are.
Did you? Yeah, we remember that one. There's two of them. So there is ours. Is Berg Couple for Fun, but then
Yes.
Mrs. has her own.
That's right.
Oh. And that is
Mrs. Berg.
all right. So you can catch us there as well. You can hit us up on email, thebergs@inourtub.com.
Right.
Our website is inourtub.com.
Catch us on Free Swap or
Full.
Yeah, full free swap, full swap radio.
I mean,
See, you asked me if I remember my
free
lines.
for all swap. I mean, hey.
On
more the
full swap
merrier.
radio.
Yes. Monday at 9 and Fridays at 1. And hey, keep an eye out on those social medias that's where our travel plans and the upcoming where we gonna be is gonna be. So, with that, remember to pay for your porn. Support all the wonderful, beautiful content creators and performers that we have on this show, that we know within the industry. Take care of yourself, mental health. Do what makes you keep ticking and being yourself. Remember to wrap it before you tap it. Lick it before you stick it. And until next time.
We'll keep the lights on and the tub warm for you.